Popey. Now, the Reuters news agency claimed that the sale of Leeds United by owners GFH Capital to a consortium led by Steve Parkin is all but done. Now, he's a local businessman here in West Yorkshire. With just one or two legal issues to resolve, that's what they were saying yesterday. It conflicts with a statement made by GFH Capital, though, who are the actual owners of Leeds United, that they were only looking to sell a part stake, not its entirety. Well, BBC Radio Leeds understands that an offer for a majority shareholding from an investor remains under discussion, but any deal is some way off. But what do fans think of events this week? Well, earlier I spoke to the Leeds United Supporters Trust chairman, Gary Cooper.
The last 24, 36 hours have been quite crazy, Adam. It's never been any secret that, Mr Patel made it very clear from his first press interview on the 21st of December that they would be looking for investment. Maybe didn't make what investment might be clear enough, but it's been crazy because it seems that we've got a little bit of a contradiction. Mm-hmm. GFH saying that it's held on the books as a held for sale asset, which suggests they're looking to sell the club and make the profit, which the figures suggest is available to them. And GFHC saying that, well, no, we're only going to sell a stake. So very confusing, Sam, certainly for the fans, that's for sure.
Yes. I mean, at the end of the day, GFH Capital, the subsidiary, are the owners of the club, and that they're still ready to fund the club. Are you confident that they're, A, capable of doing that, and that is really the true story? They only want to sell part of it, not the whole of it.
Well, that's an excellent question, Adam, and I think there are several different ways of looking at the answer without trying to dodge it in any way. Firstly, GFHC have always been quite forthcoming and always been very confident when asked that they have the funds to take the club forward and make the necessary investment. We have to take them at their word. I'm happy to take them at their word. But the figures from the accounts from the parent company really don't make pretty reading. So I understand and share the concerns of many supporters who think that perhaps there isn't the kind of money available that they'd hope, the supporters certainly would hope there is. So again, it's very confusing. We really don't know what kind of money is available and what kind of money is going to be invested. If 10 million has been invested so far, it must have been in tying up the contract for Sam Byram and filling what must be a vast black hole in cash flow operating costs.
Yes, I can understand that, because they have been, as you say, up front saying that there's been a cash flow issue at the club, and hopefully they resolve that. The thing that they are saying, Gary, is that they will continue to fund as required. Now, we can all argue, can't we, as fans or whatever, whether you're happy with the transfer window or otherwise, and I suppose the next big test will be the new manager, whoever that will be, and any transfer dealings over the summer and how many season tickets come in. They have done some good things, though, Gary, haven't they? When you think about the season tickets have been dropped, I suppose their legacy already is that Ken Bates has been moved out the way after an unpopular reign, it would appear. So they are having a few rocks at them, but I think just in the interest of balance, they are trying to do the things that they said they do, aren't they? Or is that not how fans are seeing it?
No, I think, and look, I think it's very, very fair to say that yes, they've made some really good moves. The ticket concessions that we've already seen for various games, including the reduction on the cup game against Spurs, Peterborough, Blackpool, etc. Great ideas. The half-price season ticket idea, which was something that was raised at the regional members clubs forum that they held a season or so ago. Again, a great idea. I'm not sure how well it was taken up, but a great idea, and a great idea in principle. And of course, the reduction in both season ticket prices for renewals and new season tickets, and the restructure in the way that season tickets are being sold to the younger members, etc. This is all good, and credit to GFHC for taking on board what have been the gripes and groans, quite rightly, of fans for a long while, as we were promised several years ago to pay Premier League prices for Premier League football that was promised that was simply broken. We never got that. So, yes, we have to recognise that many of the things that they're doing are the right things. And we shouldn't be overly critical of the things that they're doing wrong. But it's also appropriate to ask the questions that fans are asking, and to ask for some clarity on some of the issues that appear quite confusing.
Gary, I know the Trust has been very close to a lot of people that have applied for an interest in Leeds United. You made yourselves open to do that way over a year ago.
Yeah.
Now, where do you think we're at now? Because Reuters came out with a story saying that a deal was very close to being done for a full purchase of the club. GFHC are saying, no, that's not the case. And as we understand it, there's still an offer on the table for a majority share. Do you think that's close to being complete?
Well, I think it's no secret there must be some interest in the club, Adam. We know there was interest in the club last summer from more than one, interested party. We are aware that interest has continued, quite rightly so. Leeds United potentially is a wonderful investment and a massive club. It's up there amongst the biggest. So yes, there's always going to be interest. I really hope that if we're in a position whereby we have the potential for investment, that does happen. But it happens for all the right reasons. And we need to bring investors in that really understand, what being Leeds is all about and how to take a football club forward with the greatest respect and with the greatest one in the world. Mr. Patel and Mr. Haig, our investment bankers. And I think we need someone with a little bit more understanding of Leeds United and running a football club.
Gary, are you still getting people coming forward to the Trust saying, look, we're interested in offering their investment?
Yeah, we've continued speaking to people for the last 12 to 18 months, Adam, and that will continue until such a time as either those people do come forward and invest in the club, or someone else does, and we've got a situation where the club is in new hands. It would be foolish of us not to talk to those people and not to remain in contact with the very valuable contacts that we made last summer. And, we are continuing to speak to people, yes.
We've seen many examples, haven't we, this season of fans and Trust doing so well. Swansea won a major trophy, 20% owned by their fans. Portsmouth looking for fan power to sort their woes out too. Is this the time now for Leeds fans and the Trust, really, whoever comes in, whether it's a majority share or a minority share or a whole share even, that they say, look, let's engage the fans, let's get them represented at some point at Leeds United?
As a Trust, we've been championing the Trust cause now for the best part of 2 or 3 years. There is a wonderful opportunity to owners, all types of owners, within the football game in this country, to embrace the recommendations from the DCMS committee, to acknowledge that football governance is going to become something that's of great interest both to Parliament and to the bodies that they're going to enforce any changes in law that come in, to the footballing authorities, to UEFA, who endorse the Trust model. A football trust, a supporters trust, is a wonderful vehicle for any owner to engage with, both in terms of club ownership. Ground ownership is another example. We currently don't own the ground or the training ground. These are areas that we might not be able, as a trust, to fund outright, but they are areas that we can help with. And increasingly, trusts will become quite a predominant part of the game. And supporter inclusion is on the cards. Football club owners really need to embrace that.
That's Gary Cooper from the Leeds United Supporters Trust here on West Yorkshire Sport Daily, BBC Radio Leeds. And keep your nicknames, your